Stream's hot. Stream is hot. Hot stream. Hot, hot, hot. Super hot. Stream is hot today. Woo! Stream is hot today, guys. Stream is hot. Starting to stream a little early today. Don't mind me, got something in my eye. Woo. All right. Checking the audio, checking the light, looks good. Check. Make sure everything looks good here. That one down. Hey, Beat, not Beats, how's it going? Thanks for coming in the chat, my friend. Beat, not Bets. It's Carrie Ann, long time no chat. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully, the stream today will be pretty good. A little bit different approach I wanted to take in the stream this time. Something a little bit different that I haven't really talked about. And I thought about it for about a week or so ago. And I thought it'd be a good topic to bring up in the stream here. I just want to take a look at it, make sure everything's kosher here. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Perfect. How's the sound, guys, in the chat? Everything sound okay? The drink tonight, I'm going to go old school. Do a little Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew tonight. Just something a little different. Checking the audio. Check. I think it's okay. I think we're okay today. I'm hoping the stream will be alright. I did notice there was a bit of latency prior to me launching the stream. I think it might be YouTube, because even I got a message telling me YouTube wasn't loading. And I know it's not my internet because I have internet connectivity and it works okay. Thank you, Rainbow Optimist. Thanks for coming in the chat, my friend. Hopefully it'll be a pretty good stream tonight. I wanted to talk about something a little different, and I'll wait a minute or two to showcase it. But I want to give you guys a little taste of what I picked up on the hunt yesterday. If you haven't seen that video yet, definitely take a look at it after the stream today. Some of the items I got on the hunt yesterday was pretty cool, actually. First and foremost, I mentioned it on the hunt, was this guy right here. It was the Michael Knight Night Rider. Yep, getting some latency. I see it right there. Hopefully, no more drop packets. The Michael Knight Pop Rides. This is going to be a full review this coming Sunday. I'm getting drop packets. I'm noticing it now. I did see some issues, like I said, with my internet. I'm hoping I don't have a whole lot of problems tonight. I don't want to cut the stream short, so that's why I wanted to start a little early. Also, we picked up, I did some hot cash. This is going to be Wednesday's review. The Hot Topic mystery box, you still see the wrapping on it. I will unwrap it, unbox it this coming Wednesday. So keep an eye out for this guy here. This is an all Funko-based product, which is this one right here. If you're curious, I mentioned it on the video. Price point was $32.50 on that guy there. Then I had to actually spend the hot cash because I couldn't. Sounds a little quiet, Optimus. Okay, hold on. Let me up the sound a little bit. There we go. Full sound there. Hey, Jackie, thanks for coming in the chat. I had to spend a hot cash because I couldn't combine it with my box, but I think that is not an issue with all Hot Topics. It might be rules in particular locations, and I think you might be able to use it online, but I'm not 100% sure. Another subscriber actually reached out to me yesterday and said they were able to use their hot cash for the actual mystery box, so you might in fact be able to combine it. I'm not 100% sure. At least at my location, you could not do it. I am getting a lot of drop packets, guys, so I'm hoping I don't have to cut the stream short tonight. It's an issue, I think, with my internet. I'm not 100% sure. I had to spend the hot cash, so one of the items I talked about on that hunt was this guy right here, which was the Gold Chrome Loki. I picked him up as well. And last but not least was, I think it was something very cool, which was the Hot Topic Metallic Harley Quinn. This was a Hot Topic exclusive from Cryptozoic. I've gotten other ones like this before, different sculpt, but never got a metallic one before. I thought it'd be very, very cool to pick this girl up. So I definitely like that Harley. Really, really cool item. If you haven't picked it up, if you're curious, price point was $30 US on that one here. Let me get it right there. $30 on that Harley Quinn right down there. So she was really cool to get my hands on. So I was really, really happy to get that Harley. So hopefully the stream holds well enough out. I'm not dropping a lot of packets repeatedly or repetitiously. So it looks to be holding okay right now. About 10 megabytes upload. the biggest problem when you're doing streams and upload, you have to have a huge upload threshold or throughput. That could be part of the problem I'm running into right now. I noticed my upload was on a just circumventing 10 megabytes. So I'm hoping it will hold strong. So I wanted it to really kick off the stream pretty quickly here with you guys. So let's in fact get to it. So the object of this stream, what this whole stream is going to be about tonight, is the terminology of a grail. People may not know what grails are, in fact. Grail pieces, from what I did research for, and I wanted to bring the point up to the stream and to the subscribers, is what is the terminology grail? What does it really mean? If you do the research for it, a grail is a biblical term. It's also used in the Arthurian legends, but the grail in the collectible world usually means something that is extremely rare or extremely valuable, or both. That's the terminology that people really use for a grail-based item. Usually, from what I've really seen the terminology really hit home or hammered home with, is usually for Funko. I haven't really, before getting into Funko, I didn't even know the terminology of the word grail, besides the Arthurian legends and the Bible. Things like that. And this is not a religious chat in any way, shape, or form. But the terminology for grail is usually something that's highly collectible, extremely rare, and extremely valuable. So those 3 points that I want to kind of hit home, at least from what I've been seeing. The problem is I want to kind of talk a little bit a different way about something that's considered a grail item. Don't think of a grail item in the complete fashion of just monetary, just valuable. If you guys had one, at least for Funko or maybe an action figure, what is your grail item? What piece in your collection is a grail item to you? And let's use the terminologies here just as a roundabout type of communication. What is something that's extremely valuable, highly collectible, and rare? What would be that? Hit me up in the chat, please. What would be in your collection is your grail item? At least the drop frames have stopped right now. What would be something that you can consider your grail piece in your collection? Definitely hit me up. Because I want to kind of spin that on its head a little bit here. I want to kind of delve into the terminology of a grail collectible. This is all this chat's going to be about today, guys. This whole stream is going to be talking about grail-based items. If you just came into the chat, we're doing some Mountain Dew. Old school classic Mountain Dew. Nothing fancy today. I'm hoping the stream holds at least together well enough, only because I'm getting a low upload count, at least for my megabytes. It's about not as fast as I would like it to be. I've already dropped 227 frames, so about 1.6% dropped frames. At least it's holding strong right now. I'm going to try to keep the chat going and the stream going as long as I possibly can tonight. Does the Bandai Legacy Green Ranger count? It could count. And here's the takeaway from this portion here, Rainbow Optimus. If those items, at least from that particular item, Tony Tiger, perfect example, King Snake, perfect example. Thanks for coming in the chat, my friend. The Tony Tiger Funko Pop that came out would be a grail item to a lot of people. I did see that when it originally dropped about, I think it was 2 years ago, a year or two ago, and I actually had a shot at getting it. I could have really gotten it if I really wanted it badly enough. I kind of pushed it aside. I really wasn't interested in that particular item. A lot of people do collect the mascots, the Kellogg's mascots. They really go for that sort of stuff. Just like people really like collecting Coca-Cola stuff. But I really didn't want to go for that mascot. I tried to get the Toucan Sam a couple months ago because of 404 crashes and the 505 stuff. I was not able to do it. Beavis and Butthead, another perfect example. Definitely considered a grail-like item. I remember when they had the original Power Rangers, I think they lost their license for white, red, and pink. Those were considered grail items to people. But to answer your question, Rainbow Optimus, that Green Ranger is actually getting up there in price. I went to, I think it was 2017 SuperCon. I actually have a shot when I'm going through the entire, the venue, and I stopped at the booth that handled a lot of the Power Ranger stuff, and I saw that one on the shelf. Had a price point of about $60. So it technically could absolutely be considered a grail-based item as far as value goes. Now, here's the idea that I want to swing on its head, but I'm going to talk about that in a second because I have some grail items that I want to talk about. As you guys know, I try to do show and tell. I try to bring some of my stuff from my collection definitely into the actual, definitely into the actual chat. 6-inch Smog Chase, yes. I actually saw one of those. I saw it at Tate's Comics. I could have purchased it, I think they were selling it one time for about $40, but the box was a little beat up, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. Your Tekken collection. I don't know if they've actually vaulted them yet, and there's another terminology that people don't really understand in the Funko community. When you first start collecting, they don't understand really two terminologies. They don't understand the terminology of a vaulted item, and they don't understand the terminology of a Grail piece. A vaulted item, in case you guys are not familiar with the terminology, a vaulted item is basically something that's no longer in circulation, meaning they've completely did their full print run of those items. They're not making any more of those items, and what's left on the shelf is going to be gone, and it becomes vaulted, meaning they're not going to be making any more items. They're not going to be discontinued, pulling them off the shelf, but when they're gone, they're gone. I would say something that became a Grail piece and vaulted extremely fast was the It Pop that came out, I want to say last year, the Chase version, because Funko lost the licensing to that deco, to that color, and that's why those became extremely rare very quickly, is because Funko lost that license, and that became a Grail piece, a vaulted item, extremely fast. So just to let you guys know, kind of that's what the terminology really means. So, I brought some items for show and tell with you guys. So these are considered Grails to me, and I want to turn the item on its head a little bit when I get further into the actual chat with you guys. The first set of items, of course, if you guys know me long enough, follow me long enough here, would of course be, whoops, these bad boys right here. These are the Big Bang Theory, not my normal Pops, but the ones when they're in the Starfleet uniforms. The Pennywise one, yep. So these ones were considered Grail items to me. Now, if you do notice, you'll see stickers on them. And I want to circle back to that in a moment, and it'll make sense. So I have those two, and I got these two. These go for about $50, $60, 40, between $40 to $60 a piece. The most expensive one is, of course, Sheldon here. But these are part of my Grail items. These, I cherish these. I probably won't ever get rid of these guys here. It's unfortunate that the Sheldon here was flawed. There's some issue with the vinyl on the back, and the packaging is actually beat up. I bought it that way. I did not know that. Going into my original review with these guys, I actually reviewed these guys in a full video. You can take a look at it on my channel. Just go through the playlist for the Funko stuff, and you'll see those 4 items that were reviewed. The Sheldon one, unfortunately, was beat up really, really badly. Next item here was something a little newer. I got this. This is probably one of the, I would say probably one of the most valuable Pops I have. It's a Grail piece to me. And this is where I kind of turn it on its head. We have to look at a Grail item because of value, collectability, and the sentiment behind the item. How important is that item to you? Is it just sheer monetary value? Meaning, are you going to take this and flip it and sell it? To me, this item here means a lot because I actually went to a convention, met the guy with my girlfriend, and got it signed by the actual person, by the actor. In this case, we're looking at the Gotham Pop, signed by the actor who plays Oswald Cobblepot, who plays Penguin. So this one actually means a lot to me. If you're looking for price point and value, this is about $150 to close to $200 for this guy here. Everything included, meaning the pop and the signature. If you went and looked online, it's about $149, $150, sometimes higher for this guy here. So this would be a Grail item to me because not only did I go out looking for this pop at the show, I actually met the guy, talked to him for like at least 3 or 4 minutes. Me and my girlfriend took pictures with the guy, and he signed it for me. And this is a definite sentiment. It left an image on me, it left an imprint on me, and I was super happy to get this one into my collection. This is the crown jewel, literally my crown jewel pop. It beats any pop I own because of the sentiment and the value and the collectability behind it. I wanted to showcase this off to you guys. Absolutely love that pop. Another one here that people might think it's odd, but this is a Grail item. It's the Marvin the Martian rocket that came out through the Funko shop. I bought this for when it came out to the Funko shop. It's limited 3,000 pieces, and I absolutely hate this pop. I hate it because the rocket is extremely small. I was hoping when I bought this, because at that time when I only had one other pop ride in my collection, which was the Wonder Woman Invisible Jet, and I used that as a measuring stick for all other pop rides, because you got a massive item, you got a guy that can, or a character or a girl, in this case Wonder Woman, can come out of the jet, and the pop, it's absolutely ginormous, and I use that against every other pop ride, which is kind of unfair, because it's a measuring stick that no other pop is actually going to hold up to at all. You can get stuff signed Rainbow Optimus. The problem is, the biggest issue I had with JDF, with Jason David Frank, was I was going to get a Green Ranger, which was a Toys R Us Green Ranger exclusive, signed by him. I was in line to do it, but unbeknownst to me, his signatures were $65 per item. And I was like, do I want to have, and cough up 65 bucks to wait online to have him to sign one thing? That's not including a photo op, nothing along those lines. That's just pure signature. And I was like, probably not. Now, on a flip hand, you have like someone like, say, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. He charges $250 for his signature. If you guys are not aware of that, that's how much Mark Hamill charges for his signature. $250. But as I was mentioning, this right here to me, this goes for about 125 bucks for the Marvin the Martian and the Rocket. The biggest problem I had with this was that I thought it was extremely cheap and extremely small. And again, the only comparison I had to it was the Wonder Woman Invisible Jet, and that was a massive pop ride. And I was using that as the measuring stick, and all of the pop rides going up against it, which is kind of unfair to this one. But in my opinion, the Marvin the Martian just isn't that great. The sculpt isn't that good. His hand is locked. You can't turn the head that well. You can't put any other pop really into that ride because the way the feet are positioned and the peg holes, it really won't work. So, again, it wasn't the greatest pop ride in my honest opinion. It's the most valuable non-signed item in my collection. I would assume you would call it a Grail just for pure monetary reasons and number of pieces that were available worldwide. And I'll talk about that in a second, to give you kind of a flip perspective on just because something has a small piece count, you can have something that's considered common and still be extremely valuable. And I'll talk about that momentarily. Next, let's talk about some items I got as a birthday gift. These are going to be birthday gift items I got from my girlfriend. First, we're going to look at, of course, I'm a big wrestling fan. I showcased it off to you guys. It is the signed Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson in the red and black gear. This is not the Hot Topic version, if you're curious. This isn't a double protector. There is a cert right there, certificate of authenticity, showing them signing it. So I definitely was very, very happy when my girlfriend got this for me. Very, very cool item. It is one of my Grail pieces, absolutely. And this, mind you, the price isn't astronomically high to get this item, but I like it because it was signed. It was a sentimental item. I got it as a gift. I got it from a loved one. So I absolutely cherish this pop. Absolutely. But you guys can see where I'm coming at now, with the approach I'm taking. Next, again, another big wrestling fan. He knows I love AJ Styles. It's in fact signed by AJ Styles, certified by Beckett Non-Sports. If you're familiar with Beckett, they do a lot of the sporting cards. They do a lot of baseball, basketball, NHL stuff. Beckett's well known for that in the sporting collectible market, but they also do non-sport stuff as well, which is of course this AJ Styles signed pop. But this again, one of the big items. I would call this to me a Grail. This is a Grail piece. Easily it's a Grail item, at least from my perspective. Coming down the wire now. Again, drinks of choice, guys, tonight. If you came in late, Mountain Dew. Next, let's talk about something on the Funko shop I picked up, I think in 2015, 2016. It was limited to 3,300 pieces. The Harvest Batman. When they had their Funko Ween. That doesn't matter, Rainbow Optimus. That could be a Grail item to you. That could be a Grail item to you. Just because the item isn't Funko, if you have it signed by somebody, you had the guy sign it, you saw him sign it, that is a collectible that coming from you that you actually cherish and is important to you, and it's a piece of your collection. And that's what I'm getting at with the whole terminology of Grail. Every day, I think every Friday, I think it was, they released an item for Funko Ween leading up to Halloween. So this is one of the items they had. Again, it's limited to 3,300 pieces. This is the Candy Corn Batman. Very similar to the standard Batman release. I think he goes for about between $85 and $100. So this would be considered another Grail piece to me. He's coming across a little weird on camera, but he is bright orange. He looks sort of yellowish. He is yellow in the chest. The eyes are yellow, but the orange on the top is kind of matted out. It looks tan, but it's actually orange, in fact. So that would be considered another Grail piece, at least to me. Now, the crown jewel of my collection. This is easily, by far, a Grail item from pure value, sheer collectability, because it's numbered. I think they only made 750 pieces, I believe. The sentiment behind it. This is absolutely the best piece in my entire collection, bar none. And that, of course, is the Hal Jordan Sideshow Collectible Premium Format figure. It might look weird, but it's not. It's more of a neon green, but it's coming off a little light colored. But this is a Sideshow Collectible statue. This is the crown jewel of my collection, easily. This statue right now, this is numbered to number 539 out of 750 pieces. This is the crown jewel of my collection, by far. This green fist that you see me pointing to right here, this guy, can come out and you can put another hand in, which has the power ring. But this easily is the crown jewel of my collection, bar none. He looks great, absolutely. He's double pegged on the feet, standing on top of a big piece of green rock with a power battery embedded in the bottom, as you can see right there. And of course, the big gimmick is this. It does turn on. This is the crown jewel of my collection, quite by far. There's no other item trumps this. Now there is a close second. I will not talk about that yet because that's going to be a video down the road. My girlfriend, again, kind of trumped it. I didn't shoot any video for it, but there is another item that's going to be showcased off, and it's another Grail item. I don't want to bring it out right now. It's a very cool piece. Price point, if you were curious, this originally sold for $399 originally. This piece is no longer $399. This is the premium format version. This fist right here, they only made a small print run of this additional add-on. This whole piece comes off. But this right here goes for a price, I can tell you right now, quite comfortably. Sells for close to $600. I've seen it $600, $700 in different comic book stores. I've seen it online going as high as $1,300. So, by far, this is the crown jewel of my collection. Easily. No other thing in my collection trumps this item. This is my Grail. This is the item I got. It has value. It has collectability. It has sentiment. It has everything I have. She got the idea because we watched Big Bang Theory, and she saw it in Stewart's comic book store. I always pointed it out to her in the actual show, and she went online and found this thing. I thought I would never get a statue like this. This, by far, is the greatest piece in my collection. Nothing. No pop. No action figure. No other statue trumps this statue. Period. End of discussion. So I'm going to put this on the floor. Last thing I want to do is drop it. It's on the carpet, so I have to be very careful. I don't want to break it. So that's my Grail collection. Those are probably my most sought-after items in my full collection right now. Besides my stuff, I've been talking for close to 30 minutes right now. What are you guys' Grail pieces? Let me know. Hit me up in chat, please. What would you say is your best Grail item, if you had to pick one out? Thank you, Ringo. It was an okay video. I had a little bit of issues with the recording of it. I had to redo the beginning a couple times because it just didn't come out the way I wanted it to be. There was some issues shooting a little bit of the video, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good video yesterday. As you can tell, I get very animated when I find something. Even my girlfriend, when she's out with us toy hunting, when she sees me toy hunting. When you see me get amped up. I really do get amped up when I find something. I'm super excited to find stuff in the wild. Very few times do I find chases. I've shot a couple videos getting chase stuff, but like when I find some type of really cool thing I've been really hunting for, I very much enjoy it. That's just me. That's a side of Rook that actually you might think is just I just put on a pretty show. I do get very, very happy. I might get a little more animated when I'm shooting video for it, but in fact, I definitely enjoy it when I find stuff in the wild. I definitely dig it. What else stuff do you guys normally consider your Grail item? Do you consider a Grail item because of monetary, of value, of sheer dollars? Meaning if you were to sell that item online, are you caring just about the value? Or do you hold something else above just value? Does the item come from a loved one or a friend, someone that you wouldn't have thought bought you a gift? Does that become more cherishable, more Grail-like, quote-unquote, to you? Let me know in the chat, please. I'll take a look at it, Rainbow. I haven't had any time. Literally, I've had no time besides putting the video up, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner. I've had no other time to watch any YouTube yet at all today. My day's been very, very packed. But definitely we'll take a look at it, absolutely. Absolutely. And then Wednesday is going to be this guy here. Definitely this is going to be fun. These are, as I mentioned before, these are predetermined boxes. There is a chance of pulling a chase. But this is not like the Hot Topic boxes of old, where you had 4 or 5 different characters, there were single items, and you had a chance of pulling a chase out of it. I think that was a very cool idea, only because if you think about it, it gives the reason for the consumer to buy multiple items for that chance of pulling that chase. But these ones are sort of very similar to the GameStop box. Hopefully you guys would like it. I definitely like doing these sort of boxes. This is a horror-themed box. I'm not a big horror guy. But I think a couple of the items are really cool. There's a mini pop in here, which I definitely want to get my hands on because I like the franchise that's associated to that mini pop. But definitely going to do that. And then, of course, Sunday, as I mentioned, if you guys came in late, is going to be this guy right here, the Michael Knight review from Knight Rider. That's going to be this coming Sunday's review. So definitely keep an eye on that. Oh, very cool, Rainbow. Very cool. I know that the Spirit Halloween stores are either getting Funko or they have gotten Funko. At one time, people would actually kind of hoard toward those Spirit stores because they were getting chances of getting the Jason Voorhees Glow Chase. That's what people were really hunting those stores for. Thanks, STS. Thanks for coming in, my friend. We got, I think we have between 5 or 6 people in chat right now, so very cool. Let me refresh my page over here because I think I'm not getting I think the screen's a little bit off. So I'm going to refresh that page there. Perfect. One thing I wanted to bring up, I thought it would be a good discussion point, is as I was mentioning about Grail items, just doing good, Chief. Yes, I saw the exclusive Hocus Pocus pops. The odd thing about those, I would make the assumption they would put a sticker on them, but I did not see any type of sticker. I saw one of the characters at the at a Spirit store, but I didn't see the actual. Maybe the location I went to didn't have it, but I thought it would have had a sticker. They didn't have one, so I was very, very surprised about that. What I was getting at was, excuse me, the idea of a Grail piece that just because something, because you have to remember back when Funko originally started, a lot of their older, let's say, DC items, they really did not have... Yeah, I noticed the Hocus Pocus ones did not have a sticker. I was kind of surprised by that. The older items didn't have exclusive, meaning there were no stickers. There were no low piece counts at that time. Especially when I talk about a couple items that are literally Grail items in many collectors' eyes. That being the Two-Face pop, the original Two-Face pop, the original Penguin pop, the original Green Arrow, and the original Aquaman. At least for DC, those 4 pops are... I can't really tell, STS. It looks like a plant. It looks like a Dorb. Some type of Dorb. It's hard to see it from here. But whoa, my camera focused off weird for a second there. The Two-Face pop, a lot of people would give their left arm for. That's considered a Grail piece. Oh, it's Baby Audrey. Okay, I couldn't see it from where it looks like the bottom of a Dorb. Um, People wanted the Two-Face pop. Absolutely, it was a Grail item in many people's eyes. Same thing goes with the original Green Arrow pop. The original Green Arrow pop, everybody wanted that pop very, very badly. And mind you, that was considered a common pop back in the day. It was not stickered. It had no crazy exclusives. It wasn't low piece count as far as I know. Are you going to make a hunting video? I always make a hunting video, Ringo. Always make a hunting video. But that could be your Grail. It could be a Grail item to you because you got it from a friend. And that's what I wanted to get at as well. Those original items, because they didn't have a special sticker, they weren't exclusive to a convention, they weren't exclusive to a store. Anywhere you could have gone to get those Two-Faced, Aquaman, Green Arrows, and Penguin Pops, they just stopped making them and it became vaulted. Because it became vaulted, it made the scarcity go up even higher and made the demand go up exponentially. So that's why people really wanted those original DC pops. At one time, they even had a Green Lantern one, but I think it was a bobblehead, which was weird because bobbleheads didn't happen with DC. The Rorschach, absolutely. Those are considered Grails as well, absolutely. But that's what they wanted to get at. I wanted to hit home the idea of just because something is rare, you can also make it as it started as being common or a common-esque item. It just became rare and hard to get your hands on because they stopped making it now. But the original release of that item was very accessible to a lot of people. You just didn't have to go to, let's say, FunkoShop.com, or you didn't have to go to Hot Topic or FYE, and then it became vaulted. I mean, an item that went vaulted really quickly, you might laugh, was the Fifth Element pops that came out, I think, 2 years ago. I think within the first 90 days or 120 days, they started vaulting them already. The Ruby Rod one, the Chris Tucker Ruby Rod from Fifth Element, was vaulted extremely fast. I actually have the full wave of Fifth Element. I wouldn't really call them my Grail pieces. I have the full wave. I love the Fifth Element. One of my favorite, I would say the top 5 favorite movies out of my entire life. I love the Fifth Element. That's a movie you either love it or hate it. I wouldn't doubt it, STS. I wouldn't doubt it at all. If you look at the Headless Ned Stark, that's a convention exclusive though. Low piece count, different design. The head would be detachable from the pop and held by a magnet. That's how you could pull the head off, put the head back on. Same thing with the beheaded Herschel from Walking Dead. Same type of idea. They use the same type of technology to remove the head. But that's an example of a vaulted item, a Grail piece, something that's really hard to get your hands on. But also, as I'm getting at the discussion, just because something is grailed or vaulted, it originally might have started out as a common. I believe even the Power Rangers at one time, I think they were commons. I don't think they were rares. I don't think they were low piece counted. I don't even think they were I don't believe they're Hot Topic exclusives. The original red, white, and pink were normal release pops. They just I think they lost the license originally to Power Rangers, and they recently got it back within the last couple of years. That's why we got all this new Funko stuff coming out for Power Rangers. And now with Bandai losing their license and Hasbro acquiring it, we're going to see a bunch of new Power Ranger stuff going through in the near future. So definitely keep your eyes open for Power Ranger stuff going in the near future when it comes to at least the action figure wise, the licensing, things like that. I don't know, STS, to be quite honest. I've seen them in their store. I'm not a big fan of the Diamond Collection, mainly because they're reusing existing stock. And I think what they're trying to do is to try to resell an item that either wasn't selling very well, or they have tons of it and re-releasing the item just sparkly. That's all they're really doing. I'm not a big fan of it. They did do a Harley Quinn Diamond Collection, but I really wasn't a huge fan of the actual release. That wasn't my favorite. I wasn't really, really happy with that item. I can't remember. Keep focusing in and out. What other Grail items do you actually have in your guys' collection? Do you have anything that would be... Yep, I know about the Mickey Mouse. Do you have any other items that are non-Funko items that you would consider a Grail? Is there an item that you got from a loved one that you consider very valuable to you? Is it an action figure? Is it something else? Is it a stuffed animal? Is it a piece of art? What else would you have? Yes, absolutely, Rainbow. I've actually seen some behind-the-scene videos of the new release of the Power Ranger stuff they're doing. Looks pretty cool, actually. I saw they're working on White Ranger, and it looked very similar to the SH figure arts, based on the design and the sculpt. It's going to be highly articulated. There's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of articulation in that actual figure. Don't know the price point yet. Have no clue as far as what they're going to, or how they're going to release it. I don't know yet. They have not said anything. That was I think that's one of the harder ones to come by STS, I believe. That's the one I think everyone was looking for, was one of the original Lokis. Just because I think it was only released during that SDC. And you have to remember also, guys, during the SDCC stuff years ago, they had exclusives which were literally exclusive to the show. There were no shared convention exclusives. That's something fairly recent, within the last, I think, 2 to 3 years. They've been doing shared exclusives. Originally, the SDCC and New York Comic Cons and Emerald City Comic Cons, you can only get those items either online or at the show. You couldn't get it any other way. They didn't do shared exclusives. That's something fairly new, really. Do you think you'll be getting the Gold Batman? As I mentioned it in the video, the Gold Batman that came out for Target, I kind of got boned on it because I had it in my cart. I was going through the checkout process. I was waiting to put my credit card information in, and it sold out. My cart dropped. $60, in my opinion, is a bit steep for it. And that was just including the item, not even the shirt. That was just the pop itself and not the shirt. So 60, in my opinion, is too high. I've seen them going as low as 45. But that was on eBay. Not sure if I want to pull the trigger yet. I'm going to wait a little bit just for the price to go down, because you're going to have people who are going to be trying to do the buy it now, and you're going to try to lowball the actual pricing, try to one-up the pricing on it to get the best possible deal. So I might wait a little bit for that one. That would be a good gift. I don't know if you want to call it vaulted, or excuse me, a Grail piece. That's very, very sentimental. That's what that would be to me, Rainbow Optimist, at least in my opinion. They haven't come out with one yet, Ringo. The only gold one they've come out with so far is the Gold Batman. They've come out with Chrome DC items. We had Superman, we had Batmans, we've had Wonder Womans, we've had Flashes, but we have not had any Green Lantern yet. The Green Lantern, as far as I'm concerned, I wish he was higher up on the superhero totem pole, but he always gets trumped out by the Trinity. If you're not familiar when I use the word Trinity, that's a term that's used by DC. The 3 most popular characters of DC is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Those are the 3 most popular characters DC has. They're known as the Trinity. There's a reason why they're called the Trinity. It's their big characters. For example, if you looked at the Marvel side, it would probably be Spider-Man, Captain America, and probably Hulk, maybe. I would say Iron Man, but until Iron Man came out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he was not an A player. He was not a big-time player. The movies helped make that character what he is today. Without the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man would be still relegated to maybe a B-plus player. He was not considered top tier because the movies pushed him that far. Let's see here. Oh, you met the guy who played Loki. That's very cool. Venom Pops. They're all over the place, STS. I know Hot Topic had some. I know FYE has some. I know that today I have to go out sometime next week to pick up the Carnage. The FYE Carnage has been dropped. I want to get that one. There's the New York Comic Con version of Carnage as well, which will be a Hot Topic exclusive. Same sculpt, but they changed the weaponry up. I think he has tendrils coming out instead of axes for his hands. Same design, same sculpt, just different weaponry, it looks like, from what I saw very briefly. I know for a fact, New York Comic Con, I want at least 2 items. I want that Carnage from Hot Topic, and I want that Captain Rex. Those are the 2 really ones that I really want for New York Comic Con. I'd love to get that Jabberjaw that came out, but that's going to be at Funko's booth and at Funko Shop. I know I won't be able to get it, but I'm going to talk about a whole video about the release for New York Comic Con as far as all the items that are going to be released. I'm waiting because there might be some more waves that are be released sporadically, so I'm holding off doing. That's going to be another stream. Just like I did San Diego Comic Con, I'm going to make a stream for that as well. Let's see here. Yeah, they're both good STS. I just don't like the Carnage, the common Carnage, where you can see half the face. I really don't like that design. I understand what they were trying to do and what they were trying to go about for that vision and that design. I just don't like it. It's not something I like. The Venomized Loki looks really good. I want to get the Venomized Ghost Rider. That one looks really good. I got the Venomized Captain America. That one looks very nice. I'm going to eventually do a review on that one. I have not done it yet. But I did, in fact, get that. Probably sometime next week, I'll probably be doing a video on my new Funko storage. You guys have never seen my full studio, what it looks like. I have gotten new shelving, and I will talk about that in another video because I haven't really talked about how do you guys store your stuff. I thought that would be a very good video to talk about. I think it would be even better to do on stream, but I want to showcase, I can't take my camera with me because it's mounted to my computer, but I think it would be very cool to actually show what my storage was and what it is now. And I think it's a good storage usage of a different type of storage medium, kind of turned on its head with a different approach. Two-pack and Reinhardt. Yeah, I think the Reinhardt, like, he looks like he's like a zombie Reinhardt. Yep, my collection room, my studio. That's where I do all my shooting. That's where all my stuff is at. I call it my studio because that's where I do all the work for it. But I don't know if the full release yet is out for New York Comic Con stuff, so I'm not doing that stream yet. I was tempted to do it today, but I don't know if all the waves have been fully released yet, so I'm going to wait and hold off on that. So what else do you want guys to talk about as far as Grails go? How old am I? I'm in my mid-40s right now. Early to mid-40s. Give me a year or two, guys. Early to mid-40s. I don't look it, but I am. Old enough. Way too old. But yeah, those are the items I'm looking for New York Comic Con. As far as Grail goes, I showed you my Grail pieces. Stuff that I think is very important to me. I have, between money, value, collectability, sentimental value, it all adds up to me. It's all intrinsic. To me, it's my holy trinity. It's the reason why those pieces resonate with me, why they're important to me. Again, not just money. I mean, I could take it and flip that statue probably for $500 or $600 right now, but I'm never going to because it's too important to me. It's very valuable, yes, but the way I actually got it as a birthday gift from my girlfriend, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't think I would actually get something like that. That to me is a Grail item. Again, it's not a Funko item, but it's my most prized possession when it comes to my collection. Absolutely. What would happen if somebody destroyed a GameStop over a pop? I know for a fact that people were, perfect example, not destroyed a GameStop, but there was an assault because of Target's Twinkie the Kid. People were buying Twinkie the Kids. I don't know if you guys take a look at it on Google. You can probably find the article about it. Some guys were attacked because they bought the Twinkie the Kids. I think it might have been a scalper who was buying them and trying to flip it, and he was just buying tons of stock, and he got basically, people followed him in his car and tried to beat his ass. So yeah, it got pretty violent over things like that. I have seen stuff like that happen where people really wanted to hurt somebody, especially Hot Topics on San Diego Comic Con weekend, New York Comic Con weekends, and I blame it mainly on Hot Topic or a store like that when you're putting a limit that it's so open. For example, if you're saying you can buy 6 of any one item, if you're first person in line, you're buying 6 at a clip of different things, and let's say they get 3 cases in, that's 18 pops. If they're sold 6 to a case. So you buy 1 full case of items out, and now there's could be 30, 40 people in line. By the time you're, let's say, you're 10 to 18 in position, let's say you're in the middle of the pack. The item that you want is probably gone. if you want to send me that black and gold STS, you're more than welcome to. And that goes to anybody. If you want to send anything for me to review, you want to send anything to my P.O. Box, I've talked to them in the past. Here's my P.O. Box address. I'll kind of get close so you can see it. Right there. It's my business card if you weren't aware of it. That's me. But yeah, that's my P.O. Box. If you guys want to send anything, you're more than welcome to. I've talked about it in the past. I've had people who send me stuff. I always talk about it on the channel. I'll do maybe mailbox unboxings on the channel on the stream. I always do that sort of stuff. Yep, scalpers are lower than dirt. They actually, it's kind of underhanded what they do to save a couple bucks. I can understand if you're flipping an item or two, but when you're buying 6 and 12 of them in a clip, you're just hurting everybody else. The normal Dragon Swords for going for 51 now? I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I think I bought it for... 30? I want to say 30. But again, the value... I look at the value and go, oh, cool, it went up in value. But I'm not going to flip it. I'm not going to sell it. I cherish all my pops. I have everything on display. I have everything kind of in a place now. It's not mass chaos in my studio, in my shelvings anymore. It's stuff are lined up in a way that makes sense. I would call it more ordered chaos. There is a place for everything. I actually was able to condense a lot of shelves down with this new shelving system, which I'll definitely talk about in that video. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we're turning up around 9:45, guys. I've been running for about 45 minutes. We'll run it for about maybe another 5 more minutes here. I'm going to end the stream a little early tonight. I'm getting a lot of drop frames, so we'll end it in a couple minutes. Absolutely. But yeah, I thought this would be a good stream to talk about things like Grail items. If you weren't familiar with the terminology, and especially vaulted items, what they mean, what do they mean to you? Everyone really cares about just money, honestly. And me being a YouTuber, I felt that way a lot when I originally got into YouTube. I was trying to make a quick buck. But unfortunately, no. I mean these guys right there? Those are the Powerpuff Girls. Right there. Right there. Those were the original first-to-market Powerpuff Girls and Mojo Jojo. They wouldn't be Grail pieces to me. I don't know if you've seen what they look like. Let me grab one of the boxes real quick here so you can see it. I'll grab Buttercup. This is the 2016 release box. I had to pay a higher price point to get this one because when I was online, a flipper, and speaking of flippers, we're buying between 4 and 6 of these in a clip and selling them for between 30 and 40 bucks. When these were normally sold for, I don't know the price on this one. I think they were being sold for 15. So he was doubling or tripling his money. Yeah, the shirt's really cool. It's the Contest of Champions shirt. Hulk versus Thor. So yeah. Absolutely. Time to crack open the last Mountain Dew for the night. But overall, I think it was a pretty good stream tonight. I see it dropping some frames, so I'm trying to wrap up the stream rather quickly here. I noticed that, like I said, if you guys came into the chat a little bit late, I was having some issues with the stream when I first started. It was dropping a lot of frames, and I'm very concerned of it just dying on me quickly. I had some issues with the actual upload. I have to have about 10 megs to keep it steady. Yep, Mountain Dew, absolutely. Went a little old school today. But yeah. And I want to pick up a Bullet Club Funko shirt, too. There's a really, really cool one I want to get my hands on. But I think that's about it tonight, guys. Thank you, Rainbow, for coming in. I wanted to just give you my take on the terminology Grail. Only because a lot of people kind of use it as a... It's not a bad word, in my opinion. It's a very important word, but they use it and overuse it a lot. They use it, and I don't really think they understand the true meaning of the word Grail. Its value, its collectability, its sentimental reasoning or sentimental value to you, the owner. What makes an item a Grail to you? Is it just money? Are you going to be taking an item and selling it for another, whatever. I look at some of the items that some bigger collectors have, like, say, the holographic Darth Maul. That goes for $2,300. Is that person going to flip it, sell for $2,300? Probably not, because that's a Grail item to that person. They probably spent a crap ton of money to get their hands on it, and it's very difficult to find. Scarcity is important. Rarity is important. Vaulted. Can you get the item any longer? Those are very important reasons. Thanks, Jackie. I want to thank everybody coming into the stream tonight. I'm going to cut the stream off a little early tonight. Had a lot going on. So I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed my Grail analysis talking about collectability, value, sentimental reasoning, and last but not least, guys, I want to thank you all for watching and coming into the stream. Take care, guys. I'm going to cut the stream tonight in 3, 2, 1. Take care, guys. Later and bye-bye.